Welcome to Building Her Dream, the podcast for introverted entrepreneurs and professionals who are building success on their own terms. I'm your host, Shayla Burton, a business strategist, a community builder, and your fellow introvert. Here, we're all about real conversations, practical strategies, and inspiring stories to help you show up confidently while growing your dreams and honoring your quiet power. Hey, friend. Welcome back to the Building Her Dream podcast. I'm Shayla Burton, your host and lifelong introvert. And today's episode, I want to talk about something that used to overwhelm me every time I heard it mentioned, and that's visibility. If you've been in the online business or professional development space for more than 5 minutes, you've probably heard people say, you need to be more visible. Visibility is the key to growth. Just get out there, just put yourself out there. And if you're an introvert, those phrases might make you exhausted before you even start. I know they did for me because visibility, when it's taught the wrong way, can feel like it demands that we be loud, on all the time, that we are constantly sharing every moment of our lives. And for introverts, especially for those of us who value privacy, depth, and intentional energy, that just doesn't work for us. So let's start by reframing what visibility means. Because it's not about being everywhere. You don't have to become an influencer or burn yourself out trying to keep up with the latest trends. Visibility is simply about making it easy for the people who need you to find you. That's it. So, whether you're a business owner, a leader in the workplace, or somewhere in between, visibility matters because people can't connect with your magic if they don't know it exists. But the how, well, that's up to you. And so that's what we are going to unpack today. Now, for a long time, I thought I was doing visibility wrong. I wasn't posting daily on the Instagram. I didn't want to go live every week or any week. And I definitely didn't feel like dancing or on reels or doing behind the scenes content all day. And because so much of the visibility advice out there is built for that extroverted energy, I assumed that I was just bad at being visible. But what I've learned and what I teach now is that introverts aren't bad at visibility. We're just rarely shown strategies that fit our natural rhythms. So when I let go of trying to be visible in all those ways that drained me and instead focused on what felt aligned, everything shifted. I started hosting networking events. Me, hosting networking events. I started writing more. I built deeper relationships behind the scenes. And I just felt more confident because I wasn't forcing it. I was just being myself. So, as I mentioned before, you don't have to be visible everywhere. In fact, trying to show up everywhere will likely leave you feeling overwhelmed and invisible at the same time. The most powerful thing that you can do is to choose one primary visibility strategy and give it your full energy for a season. So that might mean for entrepreneurs, that could be hosting a podcast or being a guest on others. That could be sending a monthly email newsletter, attending an intimate networking event, writing blog posts, articles, or LinkedIn content, creating pre-recorded short form videos on your own time. Now, for career professionals, that could be leading or contributing meaningfully in one key meeting per month. You could present a new idea or project. You could ask to speak on a panel or lead a lunch and learn at work. volunteer for a committee, publish thought leadership content on LinkedIn, even if just quarterly, or maybe building strategic one on one relationships with mentors. Whether you're in a business or corporate setting, visibility doesn't have to make you pretend to be an extrovert, right? You just need to be intentional about what you're doing. And so the key is to pick one thing that you can show up for consistently. And not because you should, but because it aligns with your natural strengths and your communication style. So, in this next part of this episode, I'll walk you through how to choose the right visibility method for you based on your energy, your personality, and your current season of life. So, now that we've redefined visibility, let's get into the part that really matters. Now, how do you choose the right visibility strategy for you? Because what works for me might not work for you. What energizes your favorite coach might drain you. What feels natural for one person might feel totally awkward for another. So, step one is to know your communication strength. Let's start with how you best express yourself. Ask yourself, what's the easiest and most natural way for me to communicate? Here are some common types that I see, especially among introverts. So we have the writer. You express yourself clearly through written words. You prefer time to think, edit, and articulate your ideas. Then we have the speaker. You enjoy thoughtful conversation. You feel energized after deep discussions or storytelling, even if you're a little nervous beforehand. Then we have the connector. You thrive in one on one or small group settings. You may not want a stage, but you shine in those small, meaningful conversations. And we have the creative producer. You like creating something tangible, graphics, video, audio. You like creating something that communicates your ideas without being front and center all the time. Those are four types. Once you know your dominant style, it becomes easier to choose your visibility path. For example, if you're a writer, maybe your focus should be on blogging, writing guest articles on other people's platforms, or LinkedIn thought leadership. If you're a connector, a monthly coffee chat might be good for you. An internal team meeting, a curated networking event might even be your thing. If you're a creative, maybe you should build or create a beautiful PDF resource or a short pre recorded video series where you don't need to be live. It's all about working with, not against, how you naturally express yourself. Step two, check your energy level and time commitment. So we need to talk about capacity because a strategy isn't sustainable if it's constantly draining you. So ask yourself, what do I have the bandwidth for right now? And be honest because your energy is valuable. And while visibility takes effort, it shouldn't leave you emotionally depleted every time. So think about, do I have 30 minutes per week or just 1 hour per month? Do I want to batch things or spread them out? Do I have the capacity to create new content or would I rather connect in real time? For example, if you're short on time but you love writing, one thoughtful monthly newsletter could be more effective than forcing yourself to post every day on Instagram. Or if you enjoy hosting small spaces, One live event every month or quarter could do so much more for your confidence and visibility than trying to be on all the time. When you honor your energy and your season of life, you build something that you can actually sustain. Step three, clarify your visibility goal. Now, here's something that most visibility advice skips. Your strategy needs to match your goal. So, are you trying to get hired or promoted, land podcast interviews, attract clients or customers, grow your professional network, become known for your expertise, be seen as a thought leader? Because each goal has different visibility needs. If your goal is to get promoted in your career, your visibility might look like leading a team meeting, mentoring a junior employee, or publishing an internal report that highlights your contributions. But if your goal is to attract new clients, your visibility might focus more on education and connection, like workshops, podcast guesting, or a newsletter where you build trust over time. Too often, we chase visibility tactics without connecting them to a bigger intention. But when you're clear on your goal, your strategy becomes obvious. So let's recap what we've covered so far. Your visibility strategy should reflect your natural communication style. It should honor your current energy and schedule, and it should be aligned with your actual goal. So you don't need to do what everyone else is doing. You just need to do what makes sense for you. So in this next part of this episode, I'll help you take action. We'll talk about how to stick with your visibility method once you choose it and how to stop second guessing or switching strategies too soon. So don't go anywhere. So by now, you've started thinking about what visibility strategy fits you best, something aligned with your communication style, your energy, and your actual goals. And once you've chosen that one thing, now comes the part that most people skip, sticking with it. So let's talk about how to do that in a way that feels grounded and clear, and how to stop second guessing every step along the way. First of all, please give yourself permission to go all in, because one of the biggest visibility killers is dabbling. You post once on LinkedIn, and then you wonder if maybe you should have made a reel instead. You go live one time, and then you feel awkward and you disappear. You try four different platforms in 4 weeks and don't see any traction on any of them. Let me tell you, most strategies don't work because we don't give them the chance to, especially as introverts, right? We need time to build comfort and rhythm. We need practice, not pressure. So once you've chosen your one method for this season, I want you to give yourself permission to go all in for at least 90 days. Now, that doesn't mean every day, okay? It just means you are committing to showing up consistently in that one way and letting yourself learn through the doing. So once you give yourself that permission to go all in, next you have to create a light structure that works for you, because consistency doesn't happen by accident. But it also doesn't have to have a rigid, overwhelming plan. So here are a few ways to make your strategy easier to stick to. You can time block for it. So put a recurring visibility hour on your calendar each week. Use it to write, record, show up, or pitch. The second thing you can do is batch in your best energy window. So if you're a morning thinker, record in the morning. If you're best with writing on Sundays, schedule it then. And then the third thing is to track your progress, not your performance, because visibility is a long game. Don't obsess over likes or metrics at first. Just track whether you showed up. And if you miss a week, don't spiral. Gentle consistency is still consistency. And lastly, please let go of what's not yours. And this might be the most important thing that I say in this episode. You are allowed to ignore any visibility strategies that don't serve you. You are allowed to unfollow people who make you feel like you're not doing enough. You are allowed to take advice and modify it for your nervous system. You're allowed to build success in a way that honors your energy, your personality, and your values. Every time you choose alignment over imitation, you build a more sustainable path. So you're not falling behind, you're moving smarter. And if we want to keep it real, people are drawn to authenticity, not all the noise. So stop trying to do it all. Stop trying to prove yourself through the hustle, and instead just focus on showing up well in that one space that matters right now. And let that be enough. So, as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with a simple prompt. What's one visibility method I can commit to for the next 90 days just to see what's possible? What's one method you are going to commit to? It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be public. It just needs to feel doable and true. And once you decide, go all in. Give it your full presence. Let it stretch you. Let it teach you. And let it show you what's possible when you stop doing visibility the way everyone else says you should and start doing it your way. All right. Thank you so much for being here today and listening to me go on about one of my favorite topics. If this episode helped you breathe a little bit deeper or think differently about how you show up, I would love to hear from you. Send me a message on LinkedIn. Connect with me there. Leave a review on whichever podcast platform that you are listening to and share it with someone who needs this message too. And if you want some support choosing or sticking with your visibility strategy, you should probably come join us inside Her Dream Society. It's our private community of introverted women who are growing, connecting, and being seen quietly but powerfully. All right. Until next time, friends, remember you don't have to be everywhere. You just have to show up where it matters. And that starts with trusting yourself. Talk soon. This has been another episode of the Building Her Dream podcast. If you've enjoyed it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe, leave us a review, and stay up to date with what we're doing by visiting www.buildingherdream.com.